live. It's alive. My stream is alive. My stream is alive. I'm alive. I'm on live. Hi. Hi. Michelle Cannon Free and Richard Elmore. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you. Isn't that interesting? So you uploaded the past lives card from the Sacred Medicine Oracle deck by Asha Frost. If you uploaded it, where to? Asha Frost. Yeah, there's I don't know why it's been coming up though. Something about past lives. So I thought maybe we should talk about it and find out why that's coming up. Let me see if I can make the camera a little better. So yeah, for some reason it's coming up, and I think we're getting ready. I think we're getting ready to finally be through with our pasts, including our past lives. Bring them up, look at them, maybe clear them all. Past karma, past life karma, all that stuff. Yeah, it's been coming up a lot lately. So I don't know. I was just thinking, gosh, my hair is all over the place. Hi, I'm D Ocean, and this is my show, D Ocean's Deep Woo, and here we do the deepest of woo. And tonight we're going to be talking past lives. And another question: why are they burning paradise? First, a couple of years ago, paradise catches on fire over in California, and then now Hawaii is also called often paradise. Why is paradise on fire? Why is paradise burning? And I mean, we've had a very strange pattern of fires. I predict things are going to get weirder before they get normal, if they ever get normal, whatever normal is, or I don't know if they're ever going to come back to what we had gotten used to exactly. Maybe not. That may be the end of that. Hi, Pam. I might do some cards. I might do pendulum. I might, if you guys want, we'll do a remote view or a meditation of your past lives. You might be able to look in and you might be able to peep on yourself in a past life. It's quite possible. I've done that with people before. Oh, my goodness. All kinds of ways we can take this. Hey, oh, here comes Pam. Let's see. Witch Moon, Project Skyfalls. Let's see who all we got. Michelle Cannon Free, Richard Elmo, more Project Skyfalls. And I am Pam. Pam, I am. And I think I'm caught up. Witch Moon. Witch Moon. Do, 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 do. So, I've had a lot coming up in my feed about past lives, which may mean that people are thinking a lot about the past lives. I don't know why, but it could be the Pluto. I think it could very well be um, the Pluto effect, because that's the death card. And of course, what's beyond death is your past lives, and in one direction, your afterlife, and in another direction is your past life. So, um, maybe that's it. Maybe Pluto is having something to do with it. So, anybody out there have any remembrance of any of their past lives? Because I do, but I don't have the way some people get when they get their memories of it back. I just have pieces of it. I have pieces of different past lives. And there were various things I did in order to figure out my past life, who I was in past life. There are actually ways, things to uh, do to figure out what your past life was like. And I'm going to go into those. And wow, well, that's very cool. You have dream pieces, yeah. A lot of it shows up in dreams, I think. Yeah. Um, I'm going to throw on the intro to let people have a chance to see that we're on. And then I'll get right back to you and we'll start talking about this subject. Hi, I'm back. Okay. And by the way, I wonder if I can get a picture of Mr. Wonderful here, sleeping his head off. He's really, really training hard for that snoozing championship. I tell you, I think he's going to win it. I really have faith in him. Oh, he's pretty good at it. I mean, seriously, he's been training a long time. Okay, we're going to bring that in. We're going to reel that in. Yay! Yes, we are grateful for the rain that Texas is about to receive. We're so happy that rain is coming to Texas. Okay, good news, good news. We'll keep pushing it down there. Just reel it in, Witchy. We'll see if we can get that chance up a lot higher than that. But it's good to see some clouds on the way. I may have to go out and do a few things and talk to them. I'm glad. Okay. Well, the 20th isn't that far off. We'll see if we can hasten it a little bit. I'm glad the temperature, I said, can you please take the temperature down? People are dropping. Maybe if you can't give them rain, can you give them a little overcast? So that it's not quite so darn hot. So you might get an overcast day too or two. We'll see what I keep getting the feeling somebody is messing with you guys. Because we know Texas ain't the woke broke star state. So yeah, you might be getting messed with. Kind of feel like it because my other friend in Texas, we got another person in Texas that's been having a time. Texas might just be sort of. Texas might kind of be under attack. Might be on the list. Okay, well, that's all so-called conspiracy stuff. But yeah, it seems like Texas has had some stuff lately. Okay, past lives. For those of you who have not had any kind of experience with your past lives, there are some telltales. One of them has to do with your preferences. So you think about in this life here, what style of furniture do you like? What kind of food do you like? What's your favorite kind of food? Italian? Is it French cooking? Is it Chinese food? Me, I like any kind of Asian food, just about. I think I've been in that area. I spent lives in Asia. I think I spent a lot of lives in Asia, or some very good ones. Somehow I know how to do throat singing. Possibly I was Mongolian. It kind of looks like maybe I was. That would explain a lot of things. As a matter of fact, that would explain my tendency to really feel at home in a yurt. I really like yurts. I kind of have some other things too. I like fermented milk. They have a fermented milk product called kumis that they drink. I don't know. I've never actually had kumis, but I love fermented milk in the form of kefir. But yeah, it kind of looks like I must have spent some time, a lot of time in that area of the world, possibly Tibet, possibly Mongolia. And it just kind of seems to fit some of my. See, so another thing, there was a lady who did readings, and she said that I had been Catherine of Aragorn. And it was weird because the guy I was hanging out with at the time, we'd been married briefly. And we had been married. and he was poisoned to death, although they said it was an illness. He got a supposedly the sweating sickness. And I said, "No, you were poisoned." And he said, "No, it says here he died of a sweating illness." I said, "You were poisoned." When we looked more into it, he sat there and he goes, "I was poisoned." I said, "Yeah, no, I remember. It was scary." And then that set it up so that I would be married to Henry VIII. Um, oh, yeah, I have skills from past lives. I can do throat singing. I just started spontaneously doing throat singing after a healing on my voice. I, one of the things that when my voice came back that I started doing was throat singing, and I didn't even know what it was. I just thought, wow, that's weird. Why am I doing this? Um, but the Catherine of Aragorn one, this is another really weird incident. Is the guy that I did marry, that I was married to, my ex, actually played Henry VIII um, at one of those dinner theaters. And I'm like, oh, that's too weird. But apparently, I was Catherine of Aragorn, and this kind of makes sense too. She ended up being banished because she couldn't give him his son that he wanted. Um, she had one daughter that was taken away. She had she was banished to a cold, drafty place, although she was the people's queen and they loved her. She had many loyal people who loved her, but she was basically sent away to a cold, drafty, dark castle area, where the weather was nasty. And I mean, that's the kind of things they could do. And she wasn't allowed to see her daughter. So, um, kind of kind of makes sense then why the castle, why the fascination with castles, um, why I have these abandonment issues. I hate the cold. I don't like winter. Winter, really, I don't like seeing winter come. We probably had a lot of very cold, lean times at that castle. Um, Stuff like that. So, do you know what witch moon? Now, this is funny. So, if you about, start thinking about it. What do you like? What don't you like? What really pisses you off? What are you afraid of? Start thinking about it. What makes you feel at home? Did you have any recurring dreams that you can't explain why you would have those? Which moon? I lived also. I had a lifetime with a twin sister, and we were both healers. We had red hair, both of us. We looked a lot alike. She might have been my twin. I can't remember if she was my younger sister or my twin. I think she might have been my twin. And that was a long, long time ago. That was back in the Anunnaki times. Anunnaki, for some of you. Yeah, we were those redheads. So I know I have that blood. I must have that in my background. But then again, all of us do, because I really believe that they took some primate that was already some being person type of people that were already here and then tweaked them to make us. So yeah, so I I just had a lot of things like that happen. Like I had a life on Mars. Why? The sun sets purple. Yep. But there's another place where the sky is purple all the time. But so I've had lives on other worlds, places, other places. Um, see. Oh, yes. And they say one of the problems there, the spiders are huge on Mars. That would explain me having, that maybe would explain me having nightmares of giant spiders. So something like in the Stephen King movie, them, megafauna. Uh-huh. Shot in your life. 1971. You know what? I have run into a lot of people who were shot during the Vietnam War era. Mhm. They they even brought in the revival of those styles. They loved their tie dyes and bell bottoms. They uh, some of them remember being shot and dying. Well, right now. I'm right now in Kent, where the shootings took place. Ohio again. I was born and passed in Ohio. You're saying several times. Mm, yes. So you've got some kind of tie with Ohio land. Hmm, that's really cool. You like hanging out with puppies? Well, yeah, but don't most people? Yes, redheads. Wow. Hi. You might have been my sister. We'll have to talk sometime, Witchy. So we meet again. Yeah, the giants. Yes, the giants. We were not eating people. We were not eating people in my time. We wouldn't dream of that. That would have been quite off the what I think happened to the person eating ones. If you get left here and there's nothing to eat, sooner or later you're gonna start eating something. If the megafauna was dying off, could have been very hard to feed themselves. Could have had a very hard time feeding themselves. And humans just happen to be one of the bigger forms of lunch. So I got a theory about that, but back in my time, we never would do that. Um, now the thing is, TG is the worst. Hi, TG. Who made the shootings? What's TG talking about? Did I miss something or? Oh, Ohio. I didn't make anybody shoot anybody. Yeah, I'm in Kent. Were you one of the students? There were 4 students. Yeah, I'm in Kent. in Ohio in 1973. Interesting. I'm a sick woman. Who's a sick woman? Me? Guys, she is a sick woman. Am I? Okay, Jason, cut it out. It's probably Jason screwing off. I think Jason likes to come in and heckle. Sometimes Jason likes to play tricks. Anyway, he likes to play jokes, so that's probably just Jason playing around. Cut it out, Jace. There are people here who really want to know about their past lives. Some people don't like animals. Well, I guess you are right. Maybe you had, uh, maybe you had something to do with that in another life. Maybe you raised them. Hmm? Who drowned them? Who drowned them? Oh, wait a minute. I gotta look back. You don't remember Mars? Hmm. Well, a lot of people don't remember Mars, but apparently we were there before we were here. You were a nun, Project? Oh, you were born with a hole in your heart and a birthmark. Probably. And you were in love with a priest. Ooh. Well, yeah. See, they didn't always. There was a time when priests could marry, but not not for a long time, but at one time they could get married. Um, Gee, did they drown the giants? Yeah, they drowned most of them, but some of them lived. And the Indians talk about that. The Native Americans, remember them, they cornered some of them in a cave and burned them to death. And, well, actually smoked them to death. Lit fires in the cave mouths and plugged plugged it up so they couldn't get out. And then later on, giant skeletons were found in a cave, and they think that may be the legendary cave that they talk about. So giants been drowned and burned. Later on, burned. Yeah, what is TG talking about? Like I said, I think TG is just maybe Jason or somebody having fun. I think Jason might also have been a weird guy last time. I don't know what gets into him sometimes, but Jason likes to joke around. I don't know why he does it like that though. Where does he get these pictures? Anyway, um, yeah, most people in here have known me a while. I don't think anybody's going to think I'm a bad person. I have a tendency to actually save lives wherever I get a chance. So, um, it's one of my best skills is saving lives, oddly enough, talking people down from the ledge, so to speak. It seems to be something I do pretty well. The hair is just bothering the heck out of me tonight. I can't get it to do anything I want it to. Anyway, okay. So yeah, I have kind of a hidden redhead in this life. It was a lot redder when I was younger, which tends to happen. Red tends to fade into blonde with age a lot of times. But I was a lot more redhead, but I still am a redhead when I go out in the sun. People kept saying red because I would see myself. I'd fix my hair in the mirror indoors, in incandescent or maybe fluorescent lighting, and I was always either a dark blonde or a light brunette. Except when I go out in the sun, my hair turns flaming red. When the sun shines through it, it just goes bright red, I guess. And so, oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Um, so, yeah. Yeah, it changes. It gets kind of brown and silver and gold. Yeah. It kind of gets a gold blonde. Yeah. So, I'd like you to think, those of you who haven't figured out who you were yet, I would like you to think of what your tastes are, what and what you maybe are afraid of. And you don't have to tell us, but it would be fun if you did tell us what you think you might, where you think you might have lived based on your preferences, because that's a lot. Oh, your hair turned red in the sun. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Ah, yes, but it fades to red on the ends. Oh, there you go. Cool. Ash brown. Yes. Hmm. So a lot of us really have red in our hair. Isn't that interesting? Hmm. Because that's Anunnaki DNA. Uh, hey, Mary Wins, how you doing? Okay, so usually a soul also goes down a family line. Not always. Sometimes there's divergence in there. But from what I'm told, most of the time you'll be reborn into a family line. And so you are likely to have had ancestors. You are, we are our ancestors, in other words. So, oh no. Oh, oh, you got Irish. Yes. Well, I think the Irish probably came from there. I mean, I think that's what's going on with the red hair in Ireland. You're scared of guns, so you were taught to clean and load one at 9. Your dad was a gunsmith. Interesting. Yeah, it sounds like you had a bad time. Um, I've run into people who have terrible fears of certain places. Like something horrible must have happened to me in France. Something bad. I must have had a bad life in France, a bad French life, because I have no idea I want to go there, no desire at all to see France. I mean, I don't, French people, they're okay. It's just, I don't have any desire to see France. Most people are like, oh, France, we've got to go see France. We'll always have Paris. I really have absolutely no desire to go to Paris. None, 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 you know, and it's kind of weird. Yeah, I have some Irish in my background as well. Irish, Scottish, English, French. I do have French in my background. So you kind of look at what you have in your background too. That could be part of your story, is where you've been. Somehow, out with all of this interesting Asian stuff, this is another weird thing that I found with me. I love just about any kind of Asian food, about any style. Okay. And I have some memories, but I was I think when I was there, I was often a guy. I have some weird memories even of being like a monk. I had all the kung fu moves. Um, I seem to have been a monk at one point. Um, mm, yeah, because I love it. I feel very at home when I see a view from a mountaintop. Um, when I when I look at that, I that feels very right to me. That feels very at home. I spent a lot of time living on a mountain. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, thousands of cigarette butts. Yeah, they tell me it's filthy over there. Hey, Brandy Robinson. Hey, Skyfalls. Yeah, I guess they don't keep the Eiffel Tower very clean, in which case it kind of turns out to be more like the awful tower. I also hear that it smells over there all the time. So they're not really clean. Now, it's kind of funny because on my dad's side, Denmark, I mean, that's a part of the world where, they are so freaking clean. They clean the sidewalks and half the street. They're half of the street. Um, so entirely different. We would certainly not be um, and I must have had some pretty decent lives there. I absolutely thrive on seafood, which it's a um, near the water. It's a coastal area, and there would be a lot of and and I am told they eat a lot of fish. They eat tons of fish, canned fish. Actually, my dad loved canned fish. It was just a snack for him all the time. Canned fish of different kinds, sardines, herrings, whatever. Um, but they love beef. That's also my preference. So I must have had some good times in Denmark. Once, one life you lived in the Netherlands owned shipping company. Cool. How you doing, Brandy? Yeah, I also hear that the French do not pick up after their dogs. So it's one big doggy toilet in Paris. Oh, that's too bad, James. Oh, you'll re-put them back in there. Oh, you love bacon. Well, most people love bacon. You worked in a shipyard in Nova Scotia. Oh, yeah. Past lives had been coming up, and so I said, you know what? We need to discuss this. This is something we should be talking about because for some reason, past lives are coming up. I still think it probably has a lot to do with us clearing our past life karma and everything. Some of us are actually here clearing out our family lineage karma, which for some of us is going to be a much bigger job than others. Oh, doggone. That's that sucks, Brandy. Yeah. When's the meteor shower? About what time is that going to be the brightest? Oh, they only have two good things, the bacon and the hamburger. I'm sorry, James. But at least you've got that. And you can put them together and have a bacon burger. Yummy. Um, oh, it was last night. Darn. Hmm. I missed it. Anyway, I haven't been out that much. I don't know why. It's weird. I keep thinking I'm going to go out and I just don't get out there. I get distracted. Then it gets late. I don't know what's going on. Hmm. Bacon. Yes. Yes, I will. If you guys want to go, I was just giving people a chance to roll in before we go because once we start in on that and to discuss it a little bit, pardon me, Cowboy, do you know that you are one furry little guy? You are a heck of a furry little guy. Your fur gets up my nose, and I still love you. It does. Gets up his nose too. He always wants, I'll put my finger to boop his nose, and he'll grab my finger and scratch his nose with it. He's a funny cat. Oh yeah. That boy, that would be interesting. Alaska, yeah. Some of you, anybody remember? Um, yeah, I can do. Anybody remember being in Alaska? I know that I don't like snow and ice. I really don't like it. So I've had some very bad lives in snowy, icy conditions. And I think Catherine of Aragorn was probably one of them. Because I always think as winter's coming, I'm always thinking, oh no, winter's coming. Gotta prepare. You know, I'd be that guy, that person. Gotta prepare for winter. We can do a past life regression. I'm just going to give it a little chance for people to come in. Well, actually, I've been saying things to stir up memories. Mary wins. What kind of food do you like? What kind of food do you hate? What kind of places do you like? Where have you always wanted to go? Where have you always hated the thought of having to ever go? You would never go. And this might give you a clue as to where you had some happy lives and where you didn't. Do you have a particular fear of drowning, getting shot, ice and snow? I just don't like ice and snow. I've had to make my peace with it, but I just don't like it. I don't like winter. Um, okay, so the kind of clothes you like to wear, the kind of styles. Um, some people have strange little habits that they find come from another culture. Um, I found something very odd. I mean, this is kind of funny, actually. I didn't know this. This is going to sound a little gross, but kind of weird. But yeah, interesting. In that, um, I didn't know. Apparently, Asians have, and I call this my Asian earwax story. I didn't know I had Asian earwax. That means somewhere in my history there's Asians that I was never told about. So I have Native Americans. That comes very easily. Then a lot of Native American concepts come, the shamanism, the nature, the animals, that kind of stuff comes pretty easy. I can easily see me being Native American, but I can also see me being African. Uh, which is interesting because I was told by a very old black woman one time when we were talking on a bus when I was very young. She said, "Well, you realize that if you're French and Indian, you're also black at somewhere back there." I said, "Well, that wouldn't surprise me because I guess it had to do with the French, something about the French Indian War. But those times, what things were like." But on my mother's side, people don't realize there were black Indians. There were black Native Americans before they ever came from Africa. You have to be close to the water. Yeah, me too. Oh, really? Matching birthmarks. That's interesting. Wow. Hmm. Right. Exactly. Egypt. I was in Egypt. Very obvious. Um, yep. There's some. I pretty sure one of my one of my lives ended with me drowning in a river. Yeah, really. Yep, I've been burned at the stake and tortured. I have there's certain eras. I also not against Catholics, people who can be very nice, I've had admit, but the Pope and the Vatican. I don't. I have always had some kind of a aversion, like I'm a fearful. And I think because I was considered a heretic at times, at other times, I think I might have been a nun too or a priest. Um, there would be a lot of, a lot of stuff concerned with that. Um, a lot, but in the past, if you were a woman and you wanted to have knowledge, you were very interested in knowledge. Yeah, going into a convent would be the only way you could do it, and it would be a way also to escape a marriage you didn't want to be somebody you didn't want to be married to, although you end up being kind of a slave to the church in a way. Um, they're finding more agent migrants in South America. Yeah, you know what? Yep. Hi, Infinite 121. Thank you. Thank you for subbing. He's your bitter half instead of your better half. What am I paying for? Oh, yeah. Okay. We will do a. I remember, I remember bits of Egypt. So I remember Egypt and probably before that. I remember, see the castles, the Tartarian architecture. I belong there. What they're calling Tartarian. I belong there. That's what, but that civilization probably lasted a very long time before it got destroyed. We probably have had some lives there. Atlantis, yep. Well, thank you, Infinite. My hair is, like I said, my hair looks usually kind of dark golden blonde or light golden brown. But when I go out in the sun, it turns bright red. It becomes really, really red. Thank you. Uh, yeah, we could have been the Pope or a priest in another life. God, I hope I wasn't a Pope. I'd hate to have to pay for that. Um, I'm sorry, but my studies about the effect of the church on the Holy Roman Catholic Church on everybody else was very harsh. That would be many, 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 many lives on your karma. I mean, they killed a lot of people, a lot of non-believers in horrible ways, for because they thought it was the godly thing to do was killing people in horrible ways. Every piece of medieval torture equipment was okayed by a pope to use on a heretic. For about 600 years, that happened. Egypt has too many sandstorms. Ah, yeah. Maybe we thought we were on, do you ever relate to Dune? Maybe you were actually there. But remember, Egypt was wet at one time. It wasn't always dry. If you live there during wet period, you might have entirely different feelings about it. That's okay, Michelle. Hey, he says he draws and sells them, not draws and sells what? I didn't see what. So, that's cool. Hi, Infinite. Welcome. Um, so that's a good place to start. And then you'll see if you get regression work done, or if you run into somebody who helps you you'll probably find correlations with your preferences today. A lot of the preferences that you can't really explain why you have them, even preferences of men, or women in your life, preferences of a mate, if they're different from you, what you're like, it may have been that you were part of that culture. Like some people are just crazy over what? Chinese people, Chinese women. Or some people are, just love Mexican women or, you know, um, whatever. I mean, it's just if you have like a preference for a certain nationality, it could be that that was your nationality, so that seems normal to you and beautiful, as opposed to, and I know, like, that could be why um, maybe you have a strong liking for people of another race. Um, I think uh, I seem to have been in one of my lives, in one of my very important lives, I was a black gay male, um, and apparently a pimp. Uh, I don't think I lived very long. Um, or something like that. I might not have been that was what my one of my friends called me, and I'm kind of kidding about that because I used to one of my friends used to say I dress like a gay male pimp, uh, a gay pimp, a gay black pimp or something like that. I'm there, "Oh, thank you so much." But I do have memories of being a black man. Yeah, actually a young man, a very young man, and I think I died. There's a whole story about that that I've told before. Um, I had to go back to New Orleans. I was in New Orleans during that life. I died young. I It had something to do with these people that were being hidden away, hiding in a basement, and nobody came for them. It was on the Underground Railroad. Now, interesting enough, on my mother's side, um, great grandma was a part of the Underground, and grandpa were part of the Underground Railroad. So who knows? There's something, and also my mother's great aunt, her grandmother was very light skinned Native American, full blooded. Her her aunt, great aunt, or no, her grandmother's sister, right? Her grandmother's sister had dark skin, dark enough that people mistook her for and thought she was maybe an escaped slave, which might have been part of the part of the reason they were on the Underground Railroad. Um, so um, interesting. I ended up going to New Orleans and freeing some trapped souls. They were waiting in a basement to be told that they could go because they were very afraid because there were people and they were hungry. I get that they were hungry. There were every kind of person. There were many people in this basement. There were at least like 12 or so. And they were waiting and waiting. And while they were waiting, I said I was going to go out and find out what happened, and that I would come back and tell them, but I never made it back. I got killed. Um, Later on, I felt like I had to go to New Orleans. I I went to New Orleans and had a very interesting experience where I saw what happened in that basement. And it looks to me like they drowned in a flood. New Orleans floods a lot, that area. They were on one of the floodplains, and while they were waiting down there, it flooded and they all died, and I never got back. I think I might have gotten either caught or killed. I can't remember. But I had this imperative that I had to go to New Orleans and finish something. So before the flood came, I went back in time because I can do that. I can bilocate. It was one of those times when I'm like, can I do that? Can I go back in time? I went literally back in time, not physically, and helped their spirits cross. Okay. And there was something trying to hold them there, but I got them out of there. So I did finally free them. And that was quite, and actually, 'Cause after that, I started having some troubles. Uh, I think I pissed somebody off. Some people were very happy with me. I mean, some people were just instantly it seemed like, yeah, almost every Black person I met was just instantly very, uh, really liked me, really friendly with me. And then, uh, but it's like something wasn't happy about that. So, started having some problems after that trip. Somebody tried to kill me. That's a whole nother story. Somebody tried to kill me after that. Uh, and Nolans is a really easy place to disappear. You throw somebody in the bay, they'll just get flushed out like it's like a great big old toilet. When the tide comes in, the tide goes out, the tide goes out, just pulls everything out with it, and there it's all gone. And the gators eat whatever may remain. Gators also help clean up the evidence. So a lot of people have gone missing from there. Um, yeah, so I guess it was some kind of karmic thing. I had to go back and complete that, or felt that I did. I had promised to come back, and I did go back. But in that life, I was a young Black guy. Um, yeah, there are murders there. It, I went there. I ended up there alone and homeless, and I lived through all that. But then again, I'll tell you, if you're psychic or anything, if you have any gifts, it'll be even more. Oh, what did I just do? I just messed my hair up. If you have any gifts, it'll be even more when you're down there. The energy is very different, very high. Mhm. Oh yes, they have vampires. They certainly do. Yes, they have vampire. They have everything in all. They have all kinds of things in New Orleans. It's a very different. It's very haunted. It's very haunted, but you know what? I'm used to that because Ohio is very haunted too. I've been a lot of haunted places. My dad was interested in that kind of thing, and he took us to some haunted places. Tupkahawken, a place called Tupkahawken, we used to stay at. That was very much a haunted place. It was a bed and breakfast. We'd stay overnight. It was haunted. Um, so, um, yeah, that was in my family. Although there were things you didn't talk about, um, a lot of things my dad wouldn't talk about until he got drunk. When he'd start drinking, then he'd start talking about stuff. It was kind of funny, actually. That's when you heard the really good stories. But he, well, let's see. Um, so when you're thinking of your past lives, you can kind of look at them in that context. It's funny because I found out I just this thing came up in my feed one time, and it was about Asian earwax being dry and flaky instead of goopy. There's some of it's goopier than others. If it's very goopy, you have a. I guess the goopiest is African, and then the driest and flakiest is Asian. And I thought, how in the heck did I get Asian earwax? But then I thought, I also don't have much hair on my body like an Asian. I also love Asian food. I also, and then there were several other things that I came up with it. Doggone. There's Asian in my background, probably. And some people are saying, did it come through the Indians? Maybe. They still haven't 100% proven that the Indians came across the Bering Strait. In fact, it's beginning to look like some Native Americans were already here long time before that. So, oh, you're too impulsive. Well, good for you. Good intuition is a good thing to have. Yeah, what did Brandy say that was bad? Oh, vampires in New Orleans. That isn't bad. Oh, they found a forest below the sand in Egypt. Yeah. Well, it was wet at one time, and we know it was wet because the basin, the Sphinx, when they dug it out, was in a basin, and the basin had water damage. Oh, this is not our first merry-go-round. Let me tell you something. Oh, Infinite says, "D, how many past lives have you had?" Okay, Infinite. I'm sorry, I don't see everything. Sometimes it jumps around, and I don't see every single comment, and I have to go back to it. I will tell you right now, anybody coming to this channel interested in this kind of stuff, you have had hundreds of lives at least. Wrap your head around that. You've had hundreds. You'll probably only be able to remember a few of them unless you have a real major experience of some kind that lets you see them. Mhm. Yeah, New Orleans. Yeah. Voodoo and black magic. Yeah. Coming from Haiti, that was the Haitian influence. Maybe he was a wrestler in a past life. My grandmother loved wrestling. She, we couldn't when she when she babysat me, we never saw cartoons. She wanted to watch wrestling. That's funny. French women have hairy legs, says James Ortiz. Oh, okay. No. Um, but I must not have liked my life in France. So who knows? Um, maybe. Uh, let me see. So we do have more people here now. Okay, and we're about an hour in. Okay. Oh, they don't shave. No, no. You know what? That's something we found out in college. We had exchange students, and there are a lot of places over in Europe where they don't shave. Norway, Sweden, uh, France. Nope, no shaving. As a matter of fact, the girls who shaved were whores. That's only whores would wear makeup and shave in some places. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's what the thing was about when they talked about the French whores. The French whores would be all, as pioneer women didn't shave. Maybe that was the thing about French hookers, is that hookers would shave, maybe, or something. I don't know. Hairy folks. Um, Old man's mom is French. She doesn't have hair on her legs. Her son doesn't have hair on his chest. Now her German husband was hairy. Yeah, Germans tend to be more hairy. Hey, Scotty, you like 'em shaved, huh? Yeah, I'm not very hairy. So, um, well, Scotty, you know, who knows? But some there have been periods in our time, like it's kind of strange because there have been periods in time when, like for instance, the gladiators, it's said they shaved their bodies. So did the Egyptians, I guess, shave their bodies. But they shaved everything, men, women, everybody, I guess, apparently. Now, I can't corroborate, but that's what somebody told me who I guess looked into this. So did gladiators. And then it was to stay clean. And then they would oil themselves up and scrape themselves off instead of actually taking a bath. Imagine that. They didn't take baths. They would. I know somebody to this day. I could not believe it. They won't take a bath. They're afraid of water. They're afraid of taking a bath. I'm like, you're kidding me. And she stayed at my place a little while, and I noticed she never took a shower. She never took a bath. What? She finally admitted she took she took like bird bath type bath, but that's how she washed. So very weird, huh? Spartans, yeah, it could have been, and if you, like for instance, maybe if you were a Spartan, maybe you're one of these minimalists. Maybe you were a monk. Maybe you're a minimalist because you were a monk. Maybe you have a thing about being a vegetarian. You know, are you a vegetarian? Why? Maybe in your past that was a good life for you. You had a good life in some profession or some like maybe you were a monk. Maybe you're a you know you can look at these things. So yeah, you could get killed in the bath. I guess that would be one reason to not want to take a bath. Um, well, that's a thought too. Tight knit Spartans. So, you can look at these tendencies you have. Now, sometimes too, you'll have a karma with a place, and you'll find you go to that place and you have some kind of special, all of a sudden you feel home, or all of a sudden you feel fear, or all of a sudden things start replaying to you. Now, a lot of us possibly lived during, for instance, certain historical periods. Like, I hate everything to do with the Revolutionary War. I don't like movies. It was the longest time before I even saw Gone with the Wind. I absolutely hate that time period. I don't like it. It scares me. I wouldn't want to go to a reenaction, for instance. I think, you know, was I a doctor? Was I a soldier? Was I a nurse? Whatever I was at that time, it was a horrific time for me. And I get a little weird every time see the pictures. Here's a very strange thing. Paul, and I can't remember who he said he looked like. Somebody found a picture that looks exactly like my friend Paul from the Civil War. And he was a soldier. He was some kind of general. And looks exactly, Paul said, when somebody showed him the picture, looked like he was looking in a mirror. He wears his hair, as you notice, he has a long beard and a mustache. Apparently, he looked exactly like that in that life. And guess what? He hates the Civil War. He doesn't like anything about it. I'm part Cherokee too. And here could be another thing. If you're the kind of a person who's very conservative like me, once again, I'm always prepping for winter. I'm always, I'm right now, I'm learning to pickle and preserve things for the winter. Um, they, some of the Cherokees went on the Trail of Tears. Some of them stayed. But it wouldn't have been a great time to be a Cherokee in those days. So, oh, I love the water too. Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, what about pickles, Scotty? Are you going to tell us about your pickles, Scotty? I'm not sure it's appropriate, but go ahead. Who says we have to be appropriate? It's my show. Yeah. They just had hair pretty much on their heads. Indians had hair on their heads a lot, not very much else. Just told you we're a teacher. Yeah, me too. Um, there are no pickles. I thought maybe you knew somebody named Pickles. Oh, there are no pickles. Not one pickle jar says pickles. Maybe just the jar that we put. Maybe the jars that we put up. Huh? Might be the only ones. Isn't that interesting? There are no pickles. There are gherkins. There are dills. Is that what you're saying? They assimilate them. Ooh, I like pickles. I assimilate them. Uh, who assimilates who? Who made who? I don't like the poison either in the water. I have actually a special pitcher that filters the poisons out and alkalizes the water. And then I also have a hydrogen machine, little tiny hydrogen machine. You pour about 12 ounces water in there, and comes out very alkaline and hydrogenated. But none of them are called pickle. That's a very interesting fun fact, Scotty. He says that to all the girls. Love ya, he says, LUV. I think Scotty just loves all the girls. Yeah, ladies man, aren't you, Scotty? Speaking of another ladies man here, this one's a real ladies man right here. This one, yeah, this one's a ladies man. He likes to sit and look out the window, flirt with all the women walking dogs. But he's my boy. Right. I'm his mama. Anyway, Scotty, that is bizarre, isn't it? We call them pickles. Everybody calls them pickles, don't they? Do you ever say, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go have a gherkin"? No, you say, "I'm gonna have some pickles." But there are no pickles. It's very sad. But there are a lot of things that are pickled, and I know how to do that trick, and I love pickled stuff. Yeah, there's Mr. Cowboy. Now, what was he in a past life? I think he was a cow, or maybe a cowboy. Not sure. You know what, though? It's funny because when people see him, I have had people say, he looks like a cow. I said, I know. I see it too. Somehow he kind of has, maybe it's this white with the spots, the black spots, and no tail. You know, he doesn't really have the cat like tail, but he's somehow, you get the impression of a cow, and he has the short legs of a Manx. Manxes have short legs and kind of a stocky, round body, and that may be why he gives the impression of a cow, but who knows? Maybe he was a cow. Your liver is pickled? Well, pickled liver. I've never had pickled liver. I will look, Pam. I will look. Where do you get this deep woo information? Where does it come from? Do cows become cats? Um, Here's an interesting thing. I have had cats. I had a cat that flat out told me he had been in person. He had been a guy. He called it a guy. I was a guy before. Yep, that was Kangi. Kangi had been a guy. So do people become cats? Yeah. Do cows become cats? Could be. I kind of get that feeling. Hmm. Um, so you've been everything, probably. I mean, anything you've ever wanted to experience, you've done that. You've been there and you've done that. Okay. So this could even extend to what kind of animals you like and don't like. And what animals are your totems. So, yes, I've told this story on the show before about my cat Kangi, who was a blue cat, and so he was a blue blood. But yeah, he told me he was a guy. He came to me posthumously, and we had a talk. But he was a different kind of a cat. He was just different. Cowboy is also pretty different. He's, but I haven't had one cat that's just a cat. Not one. They've all been unusual. Um, but unusual for a cat. Well, cats are kind of unusual in the first place. But sometimes I wonder because, there are some cats that people say act a lot like dogs, seem to be a lot like dogs. But some people are just feel a very deep kinship with dogs and wolves. Maybe you had some good lives as a wolf. Oh, yeah. Oh, I wish I could eat stuff like that. I can't. The peppers give me trouble. The lectin in all nightshades. So they give me so much trouble that I stay away from all of that. That's right. You don't own a cat owns you. And remember, uh, they were considered gods in Egypt. They were deities in Egypt. Wonder what a dilly bean. What's a dilly bean? Yeah. Um, Cats and dogs usually give you pictures. They usually do the mind speak thing instead of words. But the interesting thing about Kangi is he came to me after his death and talked to me like a person. I came in after I dropped him off at the vet. There was a good chance he was going to die from the operation he was about to have. I came in and he was already sitting on the bed. And I'm like, Kangi, this means you died. And all of a sudden he gets up and he's a person sized cat, literally a cat person. And I said, wow, I thought to myself, wow, what, And he says, all of the times you hugged me and I couldn't really give you a proper hug, but I'm going to give you a hug now. Okay. And I said, sure. And he hugged me. What a sweet guy. And we had a talk. He said, I had to come back and tell you I was okay because I knew how you are and I knew you'd feel bad and you'd think that you could have done something else to help me, but you couldn't. I was going to die. I was going to die. So I don't want you to feel bad. And then he told me all kinds of things, really, that kind of blew my mind. And I'm like, wow. Um, so I said, are you going to be my cat again? And he said, I want to be a guy again. I said, again? He said, yeah, I was a guy before. I think I want to be a guy again now. He told me that the reason he wanted to be a cat was because as a cat, he felt he would get the love that he was denied as a man, as a guy, as he put it. He, as a guy, saw the kind of love and attention women gave their cats and always wanted to feel that kind of love and attention. That's why he came as a cat. And he said, and you were perfect. You gave me so much love and attention. You are absolutely the perfect. You were perfect, perfect one. He says, I knew you were the perfect one. He says, and your face is so beautiful when you sleep. And he just told me all kinds of things. And he was a different cat. He would let me do almost anything to him. Um, but yeah, he was a different kind of cat. And then I realized, see, I've seen people's cats and I've seen what their lives are like on Lyra. It's funny because cats, when they're staring off into the ether or sleeping, dreaming, they're back on Lyra. They're back home on Lyra. Weird, huh? Yeah. Oh dear, cleaning shrimp. Yeah, that can be. Oh yeah, pickled eggs and beet juice. I'm gonna make some pickled duck eggs. I am. I'm going to make pickled duck eggs. You know, I better get to that while I still have duck eggs. Ooh, hard-boiled eggs with horseradish. Yeah. You know what? Polish beets. Oh yeah. So much poop in the shrimp. Ugh. Horseradish. I love horseradish. Yeah. No wonder they don't like us waking them up. Yeah. No wonder they're upset when we wake them up, huh? Fried pig spaghetti. You like pork rinds? 1,000-year-old Chinese eggs. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, pork rinds. Pork rinds are tasty. Yeah, cats are different, aren't they? They're just different. Aren't you? Yeah, Manx have kind of short legs and almost no tail. I think that's why he kind of looks like a cow. He's kind of round. He's got the spots, white with spots. Oh, you like steak and oysters and horseradish? Yeah, I do too. But you know what? Polish beets is made with horseradish. Polish beets is beets, horseradish, and sour cream with some seasonings. Oh my God, absolutely delicious. And I use it as a sauce with a lot of things. I eat that with almost any kind of meat or anything. I'd eat that anytime. If you haven't had Polish beets, you got to make them sometime. If you like beets at all, that's another thing. People who are absolutely infatuated by horses. You might have been a horse. People who love cows. Maybe you were a cow. Uh, I don't know. Maybe if you were a vegetarian, you were some kind of a herbivore. Well, you know what? If you get some good organic beets with the tops still on, cook the tops too. They often serve beet tops and beetroot together. So beetroot and beet tops are really good together. You cook the tops like greens, and then you make the beets into Polish beets, and that's the way they eat them. And then they serve that with mashed potatoes and usually something like a hamburger or a piece of beef or something. Oh, your puppy likes staring. Mhm. Horses. Yeah, and really also, if you have, now that we can do this, you might even, I, I sometimes wonder if people who do the tattoo thing, if they were actually another one of the unusual color, like the star colors. Oh, and that's another thing. Are you interested in star travel? Are you interested in things? I mean, do you find shows like Star Trek and Star Wars and all that? Well, guess what? That stuff exists, and quite probably you've spent some lives on a starship or on another planet or um, pickled horse. Never. No. Crab boiled potatoes. Never tried that. Crab, you boiled potatoes with crab, and they come out crabby potatoes. Oh, hmm. Ah. Oh, pickle beets are good. Yeah, pickle beets are great. Clam bake. See how quickly things can dissolve to food chat. Go from past lives to food chat. Boom. Anybody still want me to do a past life regression? Or would you rather just food chat for the next half hour? It's up to you. Creole seasoning and Italic crab oil. Mm. Creole, yeah. A tablespoon. Oh, I love liver. Cooked just a certain way. Just enough, cooked just enough. With tons of onions. Hey, Alexander. Yeah, we got to connect and get you back on the show, my friend. Yes, past lives. Somehow I mentioned food and it all just caved in from there. We went all the way from past lives into food chat. It happens. All you have to do is mention one good food and everybody's doing food chat now. Okay. I'm gonna take you on a trip so far from here. It's gonna be like remote viewing, okay? And a lot of you have remote viewed before. So just think of it as you're remote viewing a past life. Okay. Terror spice cards? What? You think you were a boy a lot? See, that's the thing. I think I'm often a man when I come here. You don't have to stay. You don't stay necessarily one sec. You you come here to experience things. Okay? As far as I can tell, the reason we come here is to experience things. We come here to have experiences. We are God having experiences, as far as I can tell. Okay, next Sunday. Gee, August is going to be half over by that time. We wanted to do an August show, but that's okay. I was not good at pregnant either. You didn't. Oh, you know what? I was terrified of getting pregnant for a long, long time. And I think I'm still kind of terrified of it. I don't know why. Must have had some bad times with it. Um, that's another thing. I'm strange. I'm not the way most women are with babies, and it's funny because in my mind, when I see a baby, that is a strange, very young thing that I have to be very careful with. I have to watch out for those. Those are dangerous. Okay. When I think of babies, I mean, I love them. I would never hurt one. And but I am not fascinated by them like women often are, nor do I really want one. I never wanted the baby phase. I always thought I would adopt. Okay. A little bit older after the baby phase. Never really wanted a baby. The whole idea of that just no, uh, for whatever reason. Right, Scotty, but yeah, the woman's part is just a whole different story, and there's a lot more to it than just dropping off some sperm and going on your way. If it only was that easy. Okay, I'm going to do a meditation. Okay, 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 we'll do it next Sunday. I'll put it in. And hopefully that works out for everybody. Okay, now I'm going to take you on a meditation, which means I won't be reading, probably won't be reading the chat very much. But I want you to start to get relaxed and breathe. And if you can dim the lights just a little bit, stay seated so you don't fall asleep. Okay? Because you can easily fall asleep during these kind of meditations. Okay? So I want you to just relax and breathe, but breathe deeply. Take some nice deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out very slowly. Slow down your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. Slow. And I'll explain it, Scotty, who wasn't really listening. Scott, we're going to do a meditation. We're going to remote view ourselves in a past life because many of you already know how to do the remote viewing. We're going to pick, how about if we pick the past life? We will go to a past life of yours and view the past life that most influences your present one. How about that? We start with that because you've had dozens of them. Oh, well, thanks, Scotty. I really appreciate that. That ought to help. Okay. That's our Scotty. When the heck are you going to have that transporter fixed, Mr. Scott? Pretty uncomfortable down here. Yeah, I've been there, Scotty. You know, we love you. We love you. You're getting into zone. Yeah, get into traveling mode. Low rider. Okay, we're going somewhere. Okay, everybody just settle down, get yourself comfy, but not in a position where you're going to fall asleep. You're probably going to have to stay sitting up, or you can be in a lotus position, but be in a position where you're not just going to fall asleep. Otherwise, we're just going to put you to sleep. And I'm not going to see any more chat on this screen because I'm told that my voice is very calming and it puts people to sleep very easily. So let's get into a meditative state. And first, we'll start out by breathing slowly. So you need air. Air is a good thing, right? And we'll just breathe in. 1, 2. We'll do our breathing thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll slow it down. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now breathe normally. Breathe easily. Let your lungs fill with air. Breathe out gently. Breathe in gently. Let your eyes gently close. Just gently close the eyes. In front of you, imagine a nice box of some kind, big enough to put all the thoughts in your mind in. Just open the box up, put all of your cares, worries, and stray thoughts right in that box. Okay, put the lid down. Okay, just leave them right there. You can always pick them back up later. Nobody's going to take it. And then imagine yourself in a beautiful place. One of the most beautiful places you've ever seen, where you feel very peaceful, very safe. You might be on a mountainside. You might be on the beach. You might be somewhere else that is beautiful and calm. Feel the air, the softness of the air. It smells good, has a light, refreshing fragrance of the outdoors. Maybe it's sea air. Maybe you're smelling flowers or a nearby stream. Wherever you are in nature, just relax and know that you're safe. You are wrapped in a cocoon of light. Your guides are with you. Your angels watch over you. Your angels protect you, are going to protect you all the way through. There is absolutely nothing to concern you, nothing to worry about. You're 100% safe. You're protected and you're in a beautiful place. And as you get to that beautiful state of mind, be nice and calm. If a thought comes up, just put it in the box. The lid drop gently. There you go. Now, as everything calms down and you get into that wonderful state, I want you to think of a vortex opening in front of you. It could be whatever color you want it to be. That vortex, that portal leads to a past life. You're going to look into that past life. You're going to visit yourself. You can leave anytime you want. You cannot be harmed. I am going to call for all of your Merkabas to turn on so there's no way that you can be harmed. You're going to be perfectly shielded, so don't be afraid. We're going to the life that most influences this life. Okay? Are you ready? When you feel that you are prepared, if you can walk through, you can either walk through Sorry about that, folks. Let's get calmed down again. I'm having something go on in my throat chakra. Don't worry about it. I've been dealing with it for a while. Let's get us calmed down again. Pardon me. I'm going to cough a minute and see if I can get this rest away out. I've been clearing up things in my throat chakra area. creation. Okay. Once again, if something like that upsets you, just calm yourself back down again. You can go right back into that calm state. You relax. The destination is your most influential past life. Just close your eyes, type in all caps what you see, what you feel, what you hear. There's a doorway, a vortex, or a portal opening in front of you. Now you can choose to either go through it and observe in that way, or you can just look into it like a mirror and see what's happening with you. Okay? So, as you close your eyes and look into that magic mirror, that magical portal, or maybe you step through it and actually go there if you're more adventurous. It's all up to you what you're comfortable with. Just type in all caps what you see, what you feel, what you hear. I'll take all the blessings, though. Thank you. The Heimlich maneuver. Thank you, Scotty. Yeah, I've been dealing with my throat chakra. It's apparently we've determined that. Well, I'll tell you about it later. I don't want to influence your. I don't want to influence your remote viewing. So remote view. Yeah, I had a past life, I believe, where I choked to death in some way. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to influence your view. Yeah. And maybe, yes, love you guys. So just, you know, what, please type in all caps what you see about your past life. And for some of you, I can also do a past life reading with the cards and pendulum. But for now, I'd like you to see for yourselves what you can do. So it's just like remote viewing. You just relax, think of your destination, close your eyes, type in all caps so that I can differentiate it from the standard chat, and tell me what you see or whatever you're experiencing. And I'll wait. And actually, I will join you. If you happen to feel any feelings, if feelings arise, just let them flow through. If you have some kind of physical symptoms like I am, just let them happen and then quiet yourself back down again. Your body might react to some of these things that you experienced. You may even find the root of something you're experiencing in this life. Yes, and it's funny that I have problems with my throat chakra since I am a singer and a speaker. I have been a professional speaker and a singer, but problems with my throat chakra. Ah, very cool. Okay, you're starting to see some things. Once you get more adept at this, you can go back anytime you want and see whichever life and pull up more files. Because remember, this is a simulation and there are files. Your lives are like files in the Akashic Records. So you can pull up these files and look. I understand, Michelle. I appreciate that. I do understand. And then when I get a few responses, I'm going to go with this about 5 minutes or so, maybe a little longer, and see how many responses we can get. And once we get a few responses, we'll read them and see where we went. And remember, you just let the energy come to you. You just let the vision come to you, the emotions, the smells, the sounds. Just let them come to you. You don't have to chase them. And I am seeing a scene. And like usual, at first I see a horizon. And then the scene starts to fill itself in. Some people, all you'll get is maybe a smell, a scent. Some people, you'll get sounds. Some people, you'll just get a feeling. This is due to the many different types of clair we have: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairalience, which is the sense of smell. We have all of the same senses in our astral form. And you may get information from all of them or only one of them. Now, if you were here in the room with me, I would be watching you to make sure that you are not having any distress. But if you have any distress, please remember you can come right back. You are in control of this. This is not out of your control. This happened a long time ago. This is not now. This is the past. 11:11. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we hit 11:11 on my clock. It's now 12:12. So, who did you know? What are you wearing? One of the ways is to look at your hands. Look down at yourself. What are you wearing? What do your hands look like? It's just like being in a lucid dream. Mm-hmm. And are there people around you? And if there are people around you, what do they look like? Are there animals? Is it warm there? Is it cold? Did you have dark or light hair? Dark or light skin? I hope I'm not putting people entirely to sleep because I can do that with my quiet voice. I hope I didn't lose everybody. So I'm going to give you a few more minutes before we come back. Just a few more minutes. About 3 more minutes. That should be plenty of time. Okay. Then we're going to come back and we're going to compare notes. And we've got about 2 more minutes. And what kind of things do you own? Hmm? What kind of people are you hanging out with? Do you have pets? What does your house look like? Less than a minute left. Gather as much information as you can and prepare to return. Okay, we're coming into the countdown to return. It's time to start pulling yourself back. Time to start pulling yourself back into the current time, into your current body, your current vehicle. It's time to start going back to where you started this journey tonight. I'm sorry, Scotty. That was a long time ago. Will you forgive me? Okay, and please return. Everybody return, return, return. Come back into your body, into the here and now, and let us know what you saw, if you saw. If you didn't see anything, don't worry about it. Um, we gave it a try. If you need more help, I do past life readings um, by appointment. And very traumatic. Uh, I bet. I'm sorry, Scotty. I should never have done that. I should never have put that Oscar fish in your sea monkey bowl. I got confused, and forgive me. See, we've gotten something already. I thought, you know, I I thought it was the other bowl. I know. It really made me feel bad to wipe out a whole colony of brine shrimp. That Oscar did that, but hey, could have been a betta fish. Okay, is anybody still awake? Pam? Pam was seeing something. Oh no, I might have put everybody to sleep. Project Skyballs is not answering. I think I put everybody to sleep again. Oh my gosh, I've got to watch this. But I've already been on for 2 hours. Oh, I'm forgiven. I'm so glad I'm forgiven, Scotty. Okay, people, please wake up. If I put you to sleep, please wake up. I've done it again. Oh, good Lord. This is why I should only do this one at a time. I would never, I should learn. This only works one at a time because if I try to do this in group, everybody just disappears. Okay, dear. Okay. Anybody want to tell us what they were seeing? Ah, all right, I'll get you talking. Food chat. I'll bring you back. Cheeseburger with bacon. Bacon cheeseburger. Come on back and have a nice, big, juicy bacon cheeseburger. Some people are just reading what Scotty wrote. Yeah. Uh, you were a dancer in a theater, Skyfalls. What were you dressed as? What we'll see if we can figure out what period it was. And was it modern or was it a long time ago? And Pam is there. Scotty and his sea monkeys. I told him I was sorry. Oh, you gunslinger wannabe. Ah, maybe, Pam. Yeah. You like the country stuff. Oh, and you're twirling around, so maybe project was it a ballerina? A tight knit family with bubbles and everything. Well, my betas have that too. Oh, you had a white dress on, project. Are you sure that you weren't neighbors with Hecklefish, Scotty? Um, you had a white dress on. Okay. Mm-hmm. So maybe a ballerina or something like that. Cool. Can you see anything else around you as you look back on that? I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to find a different way to do this so we don't lose people. You guys, I should know better. Every time I try to do this, there's something it's just strange. This is why I don't do remote viewing class here anymore. Energetic tether, yeah. Uh, you know, I don't even like Oscars. Maybe that's why I don't really like Oscars in this life. You're in the spotlight. Oh, that's interesting, Sky Falls. Cool. Maybe you were a prima ballerina. Now I'm going to set an intention that whatever life you went to, that you now have a dream about it that explains more. If you so desire to know more, that you have a dream about it that explains more to you about what your life was like in that life and how it has a bearing on this life today. So, Scotty, you just were no match for that sucker. Sorry to hear it. How long ago was that, Scotty? Like the life just before this one? They don't live very long, you know. So who's left that I didn't put to sleep? Oh shit, I put people to sleep. I just know it. People fell asleep listening. Uh, I'm not going to try this again. I'm going to have to do this in person or with a telecall or something, or it's just not going to work. Anytime I try to do anything at a group chat, like a group thing like this on a stream, everybody just goes and doesn't come back. I know. I really have a career in sleep tapes, maybe. Maybe that should be. Oh, I've threatened to do that. I've threatened to make sleep tapes. Maybe I should. I wonder if anybody needs that. Maybe I could go on Fiverr or something, make sleep tapes. Yeah, we lost Brandy and Alex. I know. I'm like that. I have such a I have to be careful. I don't even know how to turn that off. I can just and you drift off into this blissful dream. Yeah, maybe I need that. People probably need that right now. I should do that. I I don't know that I have a very good mic for that, but I could try it. And you guys could tell me if it's any good, okay? And James, yeah, James is gone too. Ah, I'm sorry, but wherever you are and whatever dream you're in, I hope you have a really nice dream. Uh, oh, that's nice. A career in hypnosis, maybe. Yes. Maybe I should learn hypnosis. Yes. As a matter of fact, that's a thought. I almost became a therapist. I was going to go into psychology, but my parents wouldn't let me do that. Maybe I should be a hypnotherapist. Gee, that's a thought. Could be a whole new world, huh? Yeah, it's so easy. It's like I have done this when I do it in person for I did this for a group. We literally had to the people would be sitting up and they would be so deep in they'd be like we'd have to kind of nudge them, shake them a little bit, make a loud noise. Maybe that's what we need to do. I need to turn the volume up. Everybody come home. Come back. Okay. Your dog laid down, put, yeah, maybe your dog was trying to help you. Your advice is too straightforward. Yeah, mine is too, a lot of times. Which is why maybe a hypnotherapy would session with a person, maybe a hypnotherapist would be good. I don't know. Maybe I just make tapes though. Maybe I don't see individual people. Maybe I just make the tapes and you listen and something like that. I can't believe I did this again. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess it's going to be a much shorter show than I anticipated. And we may never find out now where anybody went. The only one is Project Skyfalls and Pam. Pam, who the gunslinger, we're going to have to call her the gunslinger. You need sensitivity training. I'll step on your toe. It'll be sensitive after that. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. You've had a past life as a tree. Yeah, that's entirely possible. You know, the Greeks talked about the dryads, the tree spirits, and I entirely believe in them. Yeah, I've had many wonderful, peaceful lives somewhere high on a mountain. Looks like there's still 8 people in here somehow, and some of them haven't come back, haven't woke up. Oh my goodness. Yes. Now it's time to really go. Say night night, Pam. Okay. Oh, you were a tree up in the mountains too. Right. Oh, that's interesting. So you guys had the experience of being vegetation. Always so calm. Yes. I know. I've been a tree too before. As a matter of fact. Good night, Pam, and have a wonderful dream. I think that's why sometimes we come as something like a tree or something very peaceful. Maybe we had a very rough incarnation and it's kind of like, no, I think I just want to be something quiet and pretty much left alone now. Something that I don't have to work too hard at. Yep. I hope to see you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Canopy. Really? Wow. So some of you are dryads, and that's interesting. That would kind of make sense. Huh. So there's 3 of us that were a tree. Geometry. I even have a picture of me somewhere that I painted with me as a tree with branches coming out of my head. Maybe I can't find that picture, but maybe I'll make another one. Yeah, I had a really nice picture of branches coming out of my head, and frequently when I am just doodling, I will draw trees with lots of branches, very complex branches. Geometry. Geometry. I do. I hope you find it funny too, but if you don't, eh. I'm sorry, I'm being silly now. Just being silly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, cool. You know what? I did once live at a place that was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just thinks how elementary it's gonna be. Why don't we fall in love? It's easy, it's so easy. Like taking candy from a baby. Yeah, Scotty. Yeah, well, that is what I titled it. Gee, I'm a tree. Yeah. Anybody else see anything? Or maybe you'll see something when you go to sleep tonight when you dream, if you ever go to sleep. Some of you, I swear, don't seem to ever go to sleep. Yeah, I love trees too. I frequently would go out in the woods and find myself talking to them. Yep, I draw them all the time. Why? Because I'm a tree. Because I've been a tree, I guess. I've been a dryad. The spirit of the trees is the dryad. So we were dryads. For a while. Now, this was interesting because for a while my life was like a countdown. I lived at a 4, 5, 6, a 2, 3, 4, and then a 1, 2, 3. My life was a countdown. Projectors. When I think of projectors. Hmm. Our ancestors, right? So basically, for rest, go to the forest. Ah, see? The magic of words. Forest, become a forest. Well, life is just a projection. If it's a matrix, it's just a projected hologram. So we're the projector, the projectionists. Sounds like a rather big project. Now, I swear I am going to be doing that all the rest of the night. It's going to be nothing but puns. Puns and music, that's all. I swear. That's the way. That's the way it goes. We ate Oz the Great and Powerful behind. We ate Oz. You mean we are Oz? Yeah. We, I was kind of worried there for a minute, but then I just thought that's probably auto incorrect, auto screw up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Oz was a tasty snack. He tasted very green yet. Maybe we should have let him ripen up a little. See what you've done to me. Now I'm in that mood. Everything's a pun now. Everything, absolutely everything will be a pun. For 28 years, you've been seeing an eye or eyes? Really? Yeah, the whole movie is playing inside you. That is true. All that we do and all that we seem is but a dream within a dream. There is an old spiritualist song that goes, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Yeah, spiritualists wrote that. Because to spiritualists, life is just a dream. They believed that, yes, this is the dream. We're awake over there. This is the dream. No, I have never thought to. Lazy eye and spiritual gifts. Hmm. Is there a correlation? Do tell. A lazy eye. I thought the psychic eye was the pineal gland, the third eye. Perhaps, Scotty boy, yeah. Our eyes literally see things upside down, and our brain turns it right back up again, right back the right way again. Well, thank you, Mary. I, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. It seems to be one thing I'm good for anyway, making people laugh. Amusing. I'm a muse. That's because I'm a muse. I'm an amusing muse. That's what I told David. Yes, and he always told me, yes, I was a muse. I was an amusing muse. I was his amusing muse. He had a good sense of humor. He still does. What am I saying? He still has a good sense of humor. He likes to play little tricks sometimes. All I'm seeing is hand for Mary Wins. I'm seeing hand orange covering eyes, hand orange covering eyes, hand orange covering eyes. She must be. Is it the monkeys covering their eyes? But mm, yeah, we have the vision. Every now and then I attempt something like this, and it always ends up with me losing people. Okay, now it says face blue smiling, face red droopy eyes, face purple crying, face blue wide eyes. So I'm not seeing it, I'm just getting a description. A drawing a eye. It's so you're looking for an eye. You're doing eyes. Eyes. Okay. An eye. Aye aye, Captain. Aye. Scotty keeps telling me every time I try to get beamed up, Scotty keeps telling me the transporter's gonna blow. And I said, that evil little tart. Who is she blowing? You remember the AI in Star Trek had personalities? When they picked up an AI that actually had different personalities from one of these, from some all planet that was all women, and it had a kind of an attitude. In classic Trek, it was funny. AI with attitude. Oh, she blows. There she blows. You're waiting for parts. Looks like Sniffexophalis. Sniffexophalis? The mascara. The mascara. Snifflexophalis. Snifflexophalis. The mascara. What did I just say in Latin? I think I just said something dirty. Snuffleupagus. Tears of a clown when there's no one around. Oh, yeah. I used to know the guy who sued Smokey Robinson for stealing that song. His name was Wyckoff. 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 Okay, that's weird. That is a weird synchronicity, folks. Wyckoff, did you die? And maybe you're. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Wyckoff passed on. But his name was Wyckoff, and he actually wrote that when he was a musician, a street musician, and Smokey Robinson stole the song from him. And he sued Smokey Robinson, took him to court, and got money. He won. Because I'm on StreamYard, I can't see icons when I'm on StreamYard. That's why I want to hurry up and get 500 people so I don't need StreamYard. That's the last thing. It's like, Yisrael and Bichi. Probably because he's on StreamYard. StreamYard won't show you icons. Well, I do look different. My God, I look like a whole different dude. From a long time back, you look at I've looked at some of my videos. Wow, do I look different? I look like a completely different person, practically. Wow. Is that just my imagination, or do I look almost like my daughter or something? Like my sister or my daughter or my. Yeah, it spells them out. Like I said, I was telling you what I was seeing. Like Snuffleupagus. But no. Face blue smiling, face red droopy eyes, face purple crying, face blue wide eyes. That's what it tells me. I don't see him. The invisible mammoth. Semasira. 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 What is that? Um, oh, Semasira is where the Amazon women live. Oh, I see. Well, that was fun. Oh, no, I was just saying, do I look that different to you? Yeah, I just so much, just in the last 2 years. Yeah. It's like in the last 2 years, I've completely changed. I'm looking in the camera going, who the heck is that? I can tell it kind of looks like me. Oh, wow. You remember in the Matrix when that was the Oracle and she said, sometimes I hardly know my own face in the mirror? Okay. When Smokey sings, he sings the mascara. The mascara. Hey, I'm sorry. I hear violins. When Smokey sings, he sings. The Messiah. Letting the days go by with the water underground. True again after the party's gone. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. How did I do, Scotty? Oh, you're going to Wayne Place tomorrow, huh? When is it on anyway? I never get note of Wayne's shows anymore. There's so many shows I just don't get in. I just don't know when they're on and I miss them. The Talking Heads. Yeah, I make jokes about that all the time. Same as it ever was. Time isn't holding up. There is water under the ocean. Well, not right now. I'm not sitting on a waterbed after all. Not this moment. Maybe very deep underground. I know my hair has gotten so blonde. I'm so blonde. I haven't done anything to make it that way in a long, long time now. I put a few streaks in a while back, and now it's getting very blonde. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, well, thank you. I'm a natural. Actually, I am. I'm an entertainer. Steigers. Yeah. Your auto screw up is working overtime. Yeah, my hair is like. Do you think something's been going on? My hair's been lightening it. I haven't hardly been outside. It's also seems like it's thinner. My hair seems thinner and lighter. And my face seems thinner, and my cheekbones are really coming in. It really, you could start to see my cheekbones a lot more now than you could. That's like when I was younger. I just lost some weight, I know. It's probably because I lost some weight, but I'll have to see if I can catch him. What's going on? What's going on? Ooh. Yeah, my facial structure. I have different cheekbones. Oh, geez. Wow, Mary, that sucks. Oh, is that what happened in your other life? That's terrible. See, we didn't you didn't tell us that. Oh yeah, the theremin. I've always wanted to try one of those to see if I could play it. I might have to get one. Ooh, it's really good if you like Star Trek too. Did you ever see I think the band, very short-lived band. I think they only did one song, in fact. I think they were called Orchestra Obsolete. Obsolete. And they had exactly one song that I could ever find. And in it, they're playing strange objects, playing strange instruments. And the one is being played by a woman, and it's a theremin. So they're playing a theremin. Or One Step Beyond. Ooh, 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 ooh. It was really eerie. It was very eerie sounding when I was a kid. I know that show used to creep me the F out. One Step Beyond and Twilight Zone, we had scary shit. Really thought provoking, though. It was very thought provoking. Um, some of the really amazing, I mean, really amazing shows. You think about how deep they were. Those shows were freaking deep with some good writing. We had to reset. Good, good, good. Ooh, yeah, yeah, there might be. Come to think of it, Oh, Mary, I'm sure we've been reset more than once. Now, the other question I was going to ask people, what do you think's going on with them burning paradise? After all, paradise got burned over in California. Then, now, this odd, all of a sudden, um, a place in Hawaii, which some call paradise, is burning. The whole darn place burned. Are we talking, like energy weapons of destruction? I suspect that. Do you got planned after that one time you went to that fair? What? Okay, I didn't quite understand that. I will wait for you to put it in a way I can understand it. That question. Just look at our past. Why do people think we can't get wiped? I believe we can. Yeah, Lahina. Yeah, I don't believe in the coincidences. Oh, well, there you go. Well, that explains it right there. Somebody rich wants to buy it. Yeah. The same thing happened with the other paradise. They want to buy paradise. Nobody walks in LA. Walking in LA. Only a nobody walks in LA. Um, it's like a ghost town, looking like a ghost town. That's another song. This place is looking like a ghost town. What? They're priest for your father and needed to stay with the nun. Okay, so they sent you there because they thought you were evil, and then you got raped by a priest. Oh, that's awful. That's a hell of a past life. And a wrench. Yike. Do you hear me? Do you care? Well, but the thing that really made her famous was the outfit with the fish bowls. I don't think people would have paid much attention to her if she didn't have the fish bowls. That video with the fish bowls, because you got to do something to stand out. But they were a great band, yeah. G host, ghost, yeah. Hana is past Hana, past Lahina. Yep, place is looking like a ghost town. I believe it. No more words. Yeah, the death toll is way, way higher. It, you know, that's the way it is with those places. Boy, like I said, it'd be a lot harder over here if they wanted it. It's very swampy. Trying to get this place to catch fire, it could be done. I mean, they did get East Salem to burn, but well, but only, and it's, you know, the hazardous chemicals. But it would be harder in swampy areas. What are you going to burn? It would go out pretty quickly, I would think. And no more promises, no more words. I remember that one. Where do we go from here after it's all said and done? We had a reset. Mhm. Yeah, me too, Scotty. That's what I'm saying. I think it was some kind of weapon. I really do. I think that was not natural. Hey, I know. I'm going to ask. Just see what it says. Okay. Let's see. Show me yes. Wait. Let's see if I can get. Show me yes. Okay, stop and show me no. Okay. Scotty sort of looks like Marlon Brando. It thinks you do sort of look like Marlon Brando. But when he was old or young. Ah, okay. Cowboy is a nice dog. No. Gee, Scotty, you must look a bit like Marlon Brando, but old or young. It's quite different. I wonder about that, Michelle. So maybe you guys got reset. Maybe we don't get reset evenly. Maybe pockets get reset at different times. Yeah, I never thought of that. Right. Right, Scotty. That's what's got me thinking. Ah, I don't know. Do you look anything like Marlon Brando, Scotty? I don't know what made me even say that. I have no idea where that came from. Nothing, not a zip, nothing. Why would I even think that? Why would that even come up? Wow, what if you did? And the ones that are left is all there is now. Some of them are gone. Yeah, what if we don't get reset all at the same rate? What if it's kind of selective in different ways? I once won a contest singing Welcome to the Jungle. I did the roar and everything. I am not going to do it tonight. I would absolutely wake up my neighbors. Absolutely nothing like what, Scotty? Oh, nothing like Marlon Brando. Sometimes I think my higher self has a really funny sense of humor, too. Well, it would have to. Yeah, if the trees are still standing, something's up with that. You mean maybe only the light workers are reset and everybody else just kind of goes, maybe it's just the NPCs that go and the real people stay. I don't know. Wow, Mary. Yeah, melted. Yeah, I heard puddles of metal. That's not a normal fire. Somehow we're not seeing your whole story, Mary. At least I'm not. I'm getting like disjointed bits of your story. I think StreamYard is acting goofy and not showing me your posts, all of your posts. Because this is twice now. You're in mid story and I'm not seeing it. I didn't see the beginning or maybe the middle. I think StreamYard is screwing up. Seems to be screwing with John too. Or maybe YouTube, or maybe both. I don't know. As we go into this period that we're going into now, it's going to get pretty wild. A lot's going to happen. It's going to get wild, but we'll be okay. We're going to be protected. We're going to be protected. I've been told that I'll be protected the whole darn time. Ransom and David Duchovny said that there are 2,500 people dying in China from a white lung disease, like they were standing in line waiting to have their loved ones cremated. Hmm. David Duchovny? Is he into? I don't know a thing about David Duchovny except that he was Mulder. So he's into this stuff now for real? Interesting. He's a truther? Wow. Duvet. Oh, Duvet. Oh, 2,000 to 2,000 to 2,500 a day. Wow. Yeah. The truth is out there. Well, yeah, it had me confused for a while there, but I get it now. Mine screws up everything so often. Sometimes I curse it out and say, you're not even trying now, are you? I hate to tell you guys. I don't know if he wants you to know, but right now, Cowboy's in the closet. Wait, no, how did that go? Do, 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 do. Mold is still on their agenda. Yeah, I really think mold is, speaking of Molder, sounds like Molder, doesn't it? Okay, there you go. You called in a mold brother to take him on. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I was living in a very moldy building full of black mold. I was so sick. I'm finally getting that shit out of my system. After living here, I think that's my third year. Maybe that's part of what I'm still going through here. I'm still getting that stuff out of me. Everything is mold. Cancer is fairly easy if you can be disciplined. Deny it sugar. You don't give it sugar. It eats, there are people who have really checked into this. Cancer eats sugar. Cancer's main food is sugar. So if you don't give it sugar, you don't have a problem. You literally cannot get cancer, as far as I know. Now, I can't make a medical thing, and this is not medical advice whatsoever. Okay? It's just hearsay that I heard from somebody that was a doctor. He was really looking into it. As far as he looks at all the studies, if you do not have sugar in your diet, you will not get cancer because cancer prefers sugar. It's its primary food. And some studies suggest it is its only food. So if you get rid of that, you can't have cancer. It'll die. But that's hearsay. Right. They started killing off all the holistic doctors. Yeah, that's right. Yep. We started losing holistic doctors. How nice. Nice, nice, very nice, nice, nice. So many people in the same device. Well, it's from a doctor, though, who studies these things. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, alkaline body, acidic body, exactly. And the interesting thing is, I've been avoiding um, avoiding sugar, except what there is in watermelon and dates. I've had some dates and some watermelons, but other than that, I've been avoiding sugar for a while, and mm, yeah, I'm feeling quite different. Yeah, maybe that's why I look different. Yeah, alkaline is good. I like my alkaline water. It's all I want now. I don't want the I don't even drink a lot of I don't drink juices and stuff or pop or hardly anything. Tea, coffee, water, milk. Some milk. Yeah, they say alkaline body. It's very hard to get sick with an alkaline and fully oxygenated body. You know what? I gotta take me a bio break all of a sudden. I gotta I gotta take an LMNOP. I'll be right back. Yes. Yep, that almost didn't happen. I had to change my pants. Almost a little too late there. But you know what that means usually? That usually means I got rid of something. Something was leaving me. That happens all the time. When I would go to when I would go to a Reiki healing or something, almost inevitably. So something must have just released and gotten rid of it. Suddenly, I got to pee or poop. So, yep, drain in the main vein. Ah, yes. Too much information. Yeah, but that's true. I used to get that when I'd go to Reiki too, and it was kind of like, oh, I gotta go right now. Well, you're getting rid of something. I mean, how's it going to leave? You know, um, it's funny because I have one friend that when she does her healing work, she burps. And I mean some serious burping. I mean, the bigger the issue, the more serious the burping. I mean, she resoundingly loud sometimes, but she'll just start burping. And it's like, and I can see it would be hard for some people to take her seriously. But that is part of her process. Because I mean, when she's like brack, burp, brack, burp, burp, it's very hard to not just laugh at it because we're not used to that. But that's part of her process. It's something leaving, something going out. So, boy, that'd be something, though, wouldn't it? The shamans just has to sit there on the toilet and do the. That would be terrible. Mm, it'd be awful. If it fizzes, I would kind of worry, Scotty. Tarot readers, too? You release low flying ducks. Oh, ringing in the right ear. Okay, very high pitch. Lack of bile in the gallbladder. Readers, tarot readers, sometimes. Huh? I have not run into that. I've never had the urge to burp when I'm reading tarot. I have, and I went to I was on the psychic fair circuit. I never ran into one, but I have run into healers. See, I was having that the other night, messing with your eye. Is it a right eye or a left eye? Oh, right eye. Well, at least not your left eye. That would have some kind of significance. It's your right eye. See, I am kind of worried, well, concerned. No, I'm not worried. Not anymore. It's gone, I think. But yeah, the dream I had where my ex was taking out my left eye with something that looked like a butter knife, but wasn't. I think I think something was put behind my eye at that point. That eye gave me trouble after ever after. I don't think it was a dream. I think it happened. The room was full of grays. Yeah, I never saw a bunch of Tara Readers burping. Left eye Lopez, yeah. Well, there is something about the left eye. It's an esoteric thing. Okay. I'll trot out the wormwood complex. Yeah, the one right next to the right eye, Scotty. That's usually where I keep my left one. If it ain't right, then it's the one that's left. I've noticed that in most people, they hang out together, the right and the left eye. And then the third eye gets in there too sometimes. Sometimes it just kind of crawls in there. Well, no, you didn't miss it. You just it's okay which moon. I gotta watch it. I lose people when I do these meditations, but I almost never do them. I just thought I'd try tonight like a silly goose. But I always because I have this voice that just puts people to sleep, lays them right out. My calm voice just lays people out. It's just so good night, lullaby, and the angels are watching. Yeah, I need to make. We were talking about it. I need to make sleep tapes for people. Maybe I got a career there. Maybe I've missed my true calling. I need to make sleep tapes because I can just knock anybody out or sleep hypnosis or something, hypnosis tapes, hypnotherapy. Yep, there are three of you that got knocked out. That's the last time, I swear. That's the last time I tried that. I'm done. Here on out, we're going to have to find some other way to do it. I'm sorry, it's just funny. Okay. You know what else will do it? You know what does it for me is cowboy purring. He'll come up and he'll get beside me. He'll be purr 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 purr. Yeah. And when he starts that purring, it's just like, ah. He's just got this nice bass purr. Floating on the sea. Letting the days go by and the water rolling up. He'll come through again after the party's gone. Once in a lifetime. That's what you missed. You missed my John Byrne impersonation for one. Talking Heads. His name is John Byrne, isn't it? I've forgotten. That might be it. Anyway, oh, we're silly. We are certainly silly people. Oh, you screwed up your digestion with too much baking soda. Ah, well, yeah, you don't want too much of anything, really. It can play havoc with your innards. That's what my grandma called them, innards. My mom, innards. You don't want to have problems with your innards. No, you don't want to have problems with your innards. If you got innard problems, that's bad. Mess it up, messing up your innards. You'll feel terrible, terrible. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's alkaline. If you overdo the alkaline, you're wiping out your acid, and you need the acid to digest your freaking food. I'm good for you. Oh, good. Vitamin D. Okay. Am I D3? 3D? D3? You broke your fast. Did you at least clean it up after it broke? How do you feel, Scotty? And you ate this morning. You want you know why 9 is afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. I don't know if I said that joke right. I probably didn't. Well, 7 is a freak. It's also my life path. Yeah, I'm doing intermittent fasting. Although I gotta say, fasting sure does cut down on the food bills. Not spending nearly as much for food. If you only eat one meal a day or two, or a meal and a snack is usually what it ends up being, then yeah, you're going to save a lot of money. I'm due for a slow. No, I probably will do a longer fast at some point. I haven't done over a day in a while now. Yeah, well, fasting is good for you. Of course, some people call it starvation. Isn't that funny? And this I always found funny, really, because this happened to me a lot. So, you know, I wouldn't eat because I hated eating. I hated eating um, breakfast for a long time. But people would always say, "But you've got to have breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day." And the funny thing about that is, if I ate breakfast, I would just eat the rest of the day. No, it's serious. Oh, serious. I just wouldn't stop eating. And I was hungry all day. I just had to fight it all day. But if I waited, and then people would say, "But that's unhealthy." And now they call it intermittent fasting. Who knew? I've got Z app. I'll play the parasite cleanse too while I'm at it. Oh, well, parasites are definitely, yeah, definitely digestive problems, probably breathing problems. It wouldn't surprise me dental, some dental, certain kinds of things. You saw no bugs, but you had shiny pee? You had shiny pee? Trying to picture that. Right. The only thing is, if your body's using stored fat, if there's anything stored in that fat you release, you're releasing it back into your system. Did you know that? Your body has a tendency to store toxins and things that it doesn't understand away, traps it in fat, and stores it away when it doesn't know what to do with it. I was poisoned for literally years, poisoned and toxified for half my life. And every time I lose weight, I have trouble. It, it's not pleasant. But I realize I'm getting rid of that stuff. And now that I'm in a better place, I'm probably getting rid of it for once and for all. Ivermectin. Yeah, ivermectin is very good for clearing parasites. And C19, which I keep saying is parasites. Ivermectin. Ivermectin. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, there are human uses for it, and there are human formulations of it, but it's very common animal warmer. Oh, yeah. Ivermectin will take out stuff, yeah. You can get it right down at the feed store. But of course, that's just hearsay. It's all just hearsay. You heard it? I said it. It's all just hearsay. I might go on strike myself. Well, see, that's why they don't want you to use it. You can find out exactly how much of it you're supposed to use. I even saw it somewhere and I just can't remember right now, but yeah, there is a particular, is it, there's a certain milligram, 3 milligrams or something. I forget, but yeah, it's safe. They've been using it for years and they try to make it sound like it was going to kill you. Um, just scare tactics. It's ridiculous. Your body weirds out with frequency. Yeah, no, the very thought of parasites is gross, isn't it? It's like, yeah, get it off me. Get them out of me. Gave her paralysis for 3 days. That can't have been pleasant. Really? Ah, okay. Yeah, thinking that something's eating your insides, sucking your blood, eating your food, pooping inside you. Nasty little bitches, aren't they? Nasty, nasty nastards. Um, I know somebody who got rid of a bunch of them by eating a lot of onion and garlic. They don't like alanine either. They don't like, in fact, potent aromatics. They don't like that either because it's oily and the oil sticks to them instead of just washing through, because a lot of them got a keratin. They're got a keratin that covers them, that keeps them keeps them from being digested. So, but aromatic oils will stick to them. And they don't like it. Yeah, without sugar, there's a lot of things that are going to die without sugar. I hate to say it, but we're so sugar addicted that really this society is very sugar addicted. And that is a really big problem because sugar is really, and the thing is, people think they're going to get by with um, fake sugar, and you're not going to get by with fake sugar. That won't do it. Oh, I found something I made. A cute little turtle bead with an eye on it. Wait, with an eyeball. I made that. My friend, my friend showed me how to um, make glass beads. She made glass beads. That was her thing. She worked at a place called Byzantium down in Columbus that had all of these wonderful beads, and she made beads, and I learned how to make beads, but I found out the only thing I could really make competently was turtles. Ooh, green tea, stevia, and me. Well, xylitol too. Xylitol's good. It will protect your teeth too. But the only thing I got to warn you about xylitol will, the first time you use it, send you right to the bathroom. But then after that, you're great, usually. Usually one time, maybe twice, but then you'll be just fine. And you won't have to worry about it again as long as you're still taking it. But then if you go ahead and go off of it again, and then you'll have effects after a while. But I'm just looking at some of this fine beadwork I did. Some of this very nice stuff. Wow, I'm talented. I sure am gifted. I'm gifted. What is this? Oh, it's a little earring. It's a little earring. I found a bag of stuff I haven't seen in a while. A strawberry made of glass and some branch coral. Hmm. And my first attempt at a pendulum some years ago. Let's see if it still works. Okay, show me yes. Still works. Okay, show me no. Works real well. Okay. Were the burnings in Hawaii intentional? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, they were. Pendulum seems to think they were. Dan Aykroyd, LMNOP. Oh, yeah. I thought it was a special kind. Yeah, we are. Oh, yeah, they tried to tell my mother. She was 36. They tried to tell her there'd probably be something wrong with me. Maybe they were right, but not in the way they thought. Maybe there's something right with me. Well, they were trying to get you before you even came. They were trying to make you leave before you even got here. Your TOB. You can beat a triangle. Can you beat a triangle ship? A lot of people find their kids become that way after a course of jibbity jabbities. Jibbity jib jabs. It's really sad. People have literally watched their kids become that way after jibbity jib jabs. That right there is perfectly good reason for not trusting. I think if I saw something like that happen, I would never trust again. Not that I ever trusted this time either. I don't trust easy at all. Yep. Yeah. I know somebody who said she watched one that happened to one of them after the jibbity jabs. And that was the last. She couldn't stand to take anybody else through that. I wouldn't be able to. Holy cow. Yes, I know, Scotty. That's what I'm talking about. Not the Jabberwocky, but a course of Jabberwockies. We're talking the baby jabbers. Yep. They people have seen them go, watched them go within hours sometimes. Yep. Well, I got a friend whose ex got the girls because she didn't have a job at the time. The ex got custody of her two girls. And the very first thing he did was make him go get the Jabberwocky. I know. You should just lie and tell him that you did. Sometimes I think it's just better to lie to them. It's none of their freaking business anyway. Let's not and say we did. Oops, we're to the 4 hour mark already. Well, that went fast. I got something to get up for tomorrow, so I can't stay like ultra uber late. I'm thinking of writing a song. I don't know if I have the rest of the words yet, but it's going to be something like super maxi ultra mega mega do 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 that do. It's a teeny weeny polka dot bikini song. Every time I hear mega 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 ultra mega mega ultra super mega 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 mega, sounds like they're speaking in tongues. You know what my mom did? She took me to play with some kids that had them. Then I got sick, and then I got immunity, and I was fine after that. So, anyway, just about time to go. I try to keep it to no more than 4 hours because honestly, I gotta have some sleep because it is now 2:06 here. So, I'm about to say goodnight. Now it's time to say goodnight to all my family. Well, maybe not all my family. I have a feeling oh no. Oh no. I've got to clear the place. Okay. Clear the place. Sorry. Have to clear the place. I just saw something. Um, okay. Love you. See you tomorrow, maybe. I should see you tomorrow. Monday. I'm on Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, about the same time. So I hope to see you tomorrow. And remember that you are divine. You are divine. I'm God. Hi. Just like the what's beyond be underneath my name. Hi, I'm God, and so are you. Don't forget you're divine. These bodies we're wearing, they're only here to be able to play with the matrix. The real you is vaster than you can imagine. I don't know about you, Scotty. You may only be half vast. I'm just kidding. You're full vast. Okay, love you guys. Hope to see you tomorrow and Wednesday, about the same time. Night, night.